Greetings, banker, and thank you for being willing to participate in the Teach Children to Save program. The book that we will be using for first grade is called Beatrice's Goat. It's by Paige McBriar. Before you go to the classroom to meet the students, be sure you read the book thoroughly, maybe even a couple of times, and read it out loud to make sure that you understand the story and all the nuances of the language. Also look through the materials that we've sent to you. You should have these are the sheets that the students will be using in class. There's the savings, the how much more sheet. There's the sheet about matching the animal with the baby animal. There's an estimation practice sheet. Then there are two sheets for the students to work on with estimation skills. Estimation 1 and Estimation 2. Estimation 1 is easier than Estimation 2. The teacher will decide which is the more appropriate one for your students to use. And finally, if you have time, there's a savings goal worksheet which talks about opportunity cost. So when you get to the first grade classroom, you'll introduce yourself and say, "Hello, boys and girls. My name is Miss Jones, and I work for the ABC Bank," and tell the students what it is you like about working at a bank. "I enjoy working at a bank because it gives me a chance to meet people, to help them with their savings information, to help them save money, and to tell them about how wonderful it is that if they put their money in the bank, it will always be safe and always be there for them." Now you might want to begin the lesson by saying, "Boys and girls, have you ever wanted something really, really badly, but you just didn't have enough money to get it?" Well, can anyone give me a suggestion? And you might have the kids might say, well, they were saving for a game, a video game, they were saving to take a trip, they were saving for a new pair of shoes, any number of things. Well, when you don't have enough money to get the thing that you want, you have to save for it. And where can you save your money? In a piggy bank, in a drawer, in a sock, in a box, in a Band-Aid box. You can save money in all kinds of places. But sometimes when you get a little bit more money than just a nickel or a dime, you might want to save your money in a bank. Open a savings account and put your money in a bank. You know, boys and girls, I had a savings goal too, you could tell them. I was saving up to buy a chess set. And the chess set cost $10. And I only had $5. Okay, the chess set cost $10 and I only had $5. So how much more money did I need? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I needed $5 more to get that chess set. And if I saved $1 every week, it will take me 5 weeks to save enough to get my chess set. Well, my chess set is my savings goal. It's what I really want and I'm going to save for. And so many of us, when we want something, we have to set a goal, and that goal means that we're going to work really hard to try to get to that. Well, you might be saving up to buy a toy airplane and it costs $4. You only have $2. So how much more money do you need? $4 minus $2. You need $2 more. Or maybe your savings to get a teddy bear. That costs $5. You've already saved $2. You still need to save 5 minus 2 equals 3. Or maybe you wanted a yo-yo and the yo-yo costs $2. You've saved $1. 2 minus 1 equals 1. So this tells you how much, this is your savings goal, this is how much you've already saved, and this tells you how much you need to save. And you figure that out by subtracting the price of your goal minus how much you have saved. That tells you how much you still need. And so many of us, when we want something, we have to set a goal, and that goal means that we're going to work really hard to try to get to that. And today, boys and girls, we're going to read a story about a girl whose name is Beatrice, and she has a goal. She wants something very, very badly, but she doesn't have enough money to get it. And so her family gets a goat. And you might wonder how, who would want a goat? But she lives in a village where a goat is something very valuable. And so she gets a goat, and the goat has babies. And did you know, boys and girls, that baby goats have names? And the baby goat's name is a kid. And you have a sheet in front of you that has the list of all kinds of big grown-up animals like a dog and a cat and a duck. And on this side we have the names of all the baby animals. Can you find the word goat on this side? Right, it's number 4. A baby goat is called a kid. Can you find the word kid on the other side? Right, so you're going to take your pencil and draw a line from the word goat to the word kid. And now you can work with a partner and see if you know what the other grown-up animals, what their babies are called, and draw a line to match the ones on this side. While the students are doing this, you can walk around the room and help them to do what they're doing. I'm going to read about a girl named Beatrice who has a very important savings goal and what she wants most and what her family wants most. The book is called Beatrice's Goat by Paige McBriar. If you were to visit the small African village of Kasinga in the rolling hills of western Uganda, and if you were to take a left at the crossroads and follow a narrow dirt path between 2 tall banana groves, you would come to the home of a girl named Beatrice. Beatrice lives here with her mother and 5 younger brothers and sisters in a sturdy mud house with a fine steel roof. The house is new. So is the shiny blue wooden furniture inside. In fact, many things are new to Beatrice and her family lately. So this gives us a little bit of background, and we know that she's got this house. How did she get this house? I wonder what happened, boys and girls, to get this wonderful house. It's all because of a goat named Mugisa. But there's one reason why Beatrice loves Mugisa most of all. I wonder what that could be. Maybe it has something to do with her savings goal. So Beatrice had a lot of jobs to do around their farm. You can see the grown-ups working in the background. She's helping out with the kids, children. Once in a while, when she was tending baby Pascavia, Beatrice would stop by the schoolhouse, often too. Oh, how she longed to be a schoolgirl. How she yearned to sit on one of the benches and figure sums on a small slate chalkboard. How she wished to turn the pages of a worn copybook. Boys and girls, what do you think Beatrice's savings goal is going to be? Yeah, she wants to go to school more than anything in the world. Okay. While Beatrice was busy pulling weeds, Mama came to her with dancing eyes. Beatrice, some kind-hearted people from far away have given us a lucky gift. We are one of 12 village families to receive a goat. And you can continue reading, but I'll kind of summarize. And Beatrice, of course, is kind of puzzled. You know, what good is a goat going to do? It's not going to help me carry water from the stream. It's not going to help me take care of the kids. But she goes along with it and says, Mama, I will help you build a shed so that we can get ready for our goat. So day after day, Beatrice and her mother work to build the shed. They collect all the things they need to get ready for their goat. And you can see that the house that they live in has just a straw roof that probably leaks when it rains. Finally, one day, the goat arrived, fat and sleek as a ripe mango. Beatrice stood shyly with her brothers and sisters and stepped forward to pet it. She named it Mugisa, which means lucky gift. A couple of weeks later, a wonderful thing happened. Mugisa had a baby, and then she had another baby, twins. So every day, Beatrice had to milk the goats and feed the mother goat lots and lots of straw and grass so that she would give plenty of milk so that she could feed the baby goats. So she was very, very busy. And the extra milk that was left over, they could use to mix with their porridge, and that would make them very healthy. And you can see, with all the milk that was left over, Beatrice would sell it. People would bring their little pots. She'd fill their pots, and then she would put the money in this little pouch, this little purse that she hung along the side of her belt. And every day she put the coins in there and saved up for her savings goal. One day her mother called to her and said, Beatrice, I think we have enough money for you to go to school. Well, you can see how happy Beatrice is when she finds that she's going to get to go to school. She hugs the goat and says, oh, Mugisa, you are definitely a wonderful, wonderful gift. So Beatrice gets her school uniform, and she's ready to go off to school. And her friend, Bunane, comes down and says, I wish I could go to school. And Beatrice tells him, you know what? I heard that your family is the next one to get a goat. So they have reached the savings goal. So then you could ask some questions like, what was Beatrice's savings goal? What was her family's savings goal? How did she earn the money to get to her savings goal? What was another savings goal that they had even after she went to school? Remember, they wanted to build that new house so that their roof wouldn't leak in the rain. So you can ask, there are quite a few questions in the lesson plan that you can ask about the book that have to do with saving and reaching a savings goal, because that's the main concept that we want the students to understand from this book. Then we can have the kids think about estimating. You know, boys and girls, when you want to save for a goal, you might not know if you have enough money, so we have to estimate. So we might use this sheet to practice, and it tells us that we're saving, and our saving goal is $8, and on the first day we save so much, on the second day we save so much, the third day and the fourth day, do we have enough to reach our goal? Well, the amounts are like $1, $20, $3.20. $1.20 is close to $1, so we'll estimate that that's $1. $3.20 is close to $3, so we'll estimate to be $3. So if we add these all together, we have 1 plus 1 plus 3 plus 3, that's 8. We want to save $8, but we know that there's a couple of 20-cent extras on there, so we probably aren't going to have enough money to reach our goal. At the bottom, our savings goal is $10. We have 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3, which only equals 3. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 2 is 5, and 1 is 6, so we're way short of our goal. So this estimation practice will be good for the students to kind of get in the groove. And then finally, the teacher will choose whether to use estimation 1 or estimation 2. Estimation 1 is easier, estimation 2 is more difficult. But I would suggest that maybe you would go through the first line with the students and say, okay, boys and girls, 99 cents is kind of close to $1, so we estimate 99 cents to be $1. This girl is trying to save $4. She saves 99 cents, 99 cents, 99 cents. And if we estimate $1, $1, $1, we know that she'll have $3, so she won't have quite enough to reach her savings goal of $4. So their job is to work with partners and look at these 4 girls and see if they have enough to reach their savings goal. And when they finish this, at the bottom, they can work with their partner to make up their own story problem about how much they want to save for, what is their savings goal, and will they be able to reach it. And the last concept that's important in this lesson is the idea of opportunity cost. You could say, you know, boys and girls, sometimes you have more than one savings goal. Like maybe I want to take a trip to Disney World, but I also want to buy a new car. Well, I can't get both because they're both pretty expensive. If I go to Disney World, I'm going to give up getting my new car. So my new car is my opportunity cost. Say that with me, opportunity cost. If I decide to get the car, then going to Disney World is my opportunity cost. So every time we make a choice, we have to give something up. We can't have everything we want. And so you could give other examples to the students. And then to close, it's good to review and talk about savings goals, and how we save for goals, and how we have to estimate how much money we're going to need to get to that goal. And I think it's a good idea then to bring in the idea of saving in a very safe place, and that is to open a savings account at a bank. If you have a nickel or a dime, it's fine to put it in a piggy bank or in your drawer or on your dresser. But when you get more money, like $10 or $15 or $20, then you want to make sure you put it someplace where it's going to be very safe. And then it's time to go with mom or dad or grandma or some adult in your family. Go to the local bank and open a savings account, because your money will always be safe and it'll always be there when you need it. And you can also talk to students about your job, about different jobs in a bank, and how important it is to be able to read and do math for any job. And so it's so important for them to study hard and do as well as they can in school on those skills in reading and math, because they're important in your job too. Thank you.